What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and today I wanted to talk a little bit more about some potential pieces of foreshadowing within Steven Universe, this time regarding the great mom herself, Amethyst. As you can tell by the title, I want to discuss the possibility of her becoming corrupted. This is something that I believe the Crewniverse has been alluding to for quite some time. But when have they hinted at this, and how could it affect the overall story? Let's find out. Since Season 1, we've known that Amethyst saw herself as defective and somewhat of a monster. She always held a bit of resentment of her origins in the kindergarten, which led to her painting herself a certain way in her head. While Amethyst and Pearl's relationship has drastically improved throughout these 4 seasons, there was quite a long period where they clashed, due not only to their conflicting personalities, but because, as we saw in Reformed, Amethyst seemed to be a bit jealous towards Pearl and all her quote-unquote perfection. This, in tandem with her general personality, led to her rushing the reformation process multiple times, even after being warned by Garnet not to do so. There was even an instance in this episode where Amethyst was reforming, and it seemed as though her light was really struggling and even making some very strange formations, to the point where both Steven and Garnet were scared of what they were about to see. I've said it many times before, but this show loves to foreshadow, and this isn't even the only instance of it. A very alarming moment in Crack the Whip occurred as well. After Amethyst was poofed by Jasper, she regenerated rather quickly. Not as fast as she was in Reformed, but it was still pretty quick. When she finally reformed, she was in a state of panic. Understandable, but still shows that she was in a hurry to assist Steven and Connie. But as she was returning, her light noticeably started glitching. Could these 2 cases be giving us a taste of things to come? Well, it should also be noted that we've seen Amethyst get poofed more than any other gem on screen, and by a large margin, considering Reformed had her poof around 4 to 5 times at least. You may or may not be aware of this, but there's something in writing known as the Rule of Threes. It's basically a system where you do something similar to establish a pattern, then do something completely different or more dramatic than the first 2 to create more of an impact for the audience. This is usually done in the context of comedy, but it can also be done for drama as well. A great example of this being done in Steven Universe is when Bismuth kept making puns with her name, replacing business with bismuth. Steven laughs the second time she does this and says he bets it'll be even funnier the 3rd time. Well, the 3rd time she said it, it was in a much more serious and dark context. I think a similar thing could be happening here with Amethyst's corruption. So far, we've seen her light struggle to reform 2 times. I predict that another situation will arise that will cause her to rush her form yet again, but this time she'll end up corrupting herself, not only for having to reform so often, but for always rushing the process. Don't believe me? Well, there's a parallel with Jasper here. Jasper and Amethyst have been seen as rivals, even counterparts of sorts since Season 3, with them both being court soldiers. And what happened to Jasper? She became corrupted. And what did Amethyst say to her as she bubbled Jasper? "Come here, sis." Now obviously this is because she connects with Jasper, with them both being soldiers from Earth, and with them dealing with their own internal views of their self-worth, being defective if you will. But could there be more to this line than just that? Could it be hinting towards Amethyst becoming a corrupted monster? I'm not sure, but I definitely think the glitching light isn't something to just be glossed over. Now how could this affect the story exactly? Well, we've been speculating that Steven would somehow find a way to heal all the corrupted gems. The thing is though, it's not like it's exactly an urgent matter right now. There's Jasper, but I don't think anyone's in quite a hurry to uncorrupt Jasper. And yeah, there's Centipedal, but right now she's with the rest of her crew. So at the very least, she's with people who care about her and vice versa. While I'm sure Steven would like to heal all of the corrupted gems now, it doesn't seem like something that's at the top of his list of things to do. If Amethyst were to get corrupted, it would push Steven and the rest of the crystal gems to make it the main priority to find out how to uncorrupt gems to save Amethyst. I'd imagine this would happen sometime towards the end of the series for a climactic battle of all the crystal gems teamed up with the healed corrupted gems fighting against Homeworld. But those are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Will Amethyst become corrupted? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, want to give a quick shout out to our amazing patrons. If you haven't already, go check out our Patreon. Consider supporting it. It really helps out a lot. And be sure to follow our Twitter and go ahead and follow my Twitter too. I really appreciate that. Anyways, guys, I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.